Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a bit of a different one. So we are going to be building in every building style, or I'd be a liar if I said every, because there's just way too many. Like all the main ones that people think about when they think of building styles, I got. So we're going to be building in rustic, modern, medieval, Japanese, suburban, steampunk, cyberpunk, gothic, and fantasy. So yeah, I chose 9 different styles and we're gonna see how well we can build in each of those styles. So first we got the most common one, probably the one you see people building in the most, rustic. Okay, so there it is. I have finished the first style, the rustic house. As you can see, the main goal here is just to make it like very overgrown and like kind of make it look like damaged. Like this roof, you can tell it's kind of damaged, and you can tell I used a lot of gradients on this because gradients just enhance a lot of builds and make them look a lot better. Yeah. Also, if you're asking, I don't know what these are. They just look like a plant or something. I put them there. Yeah, I think this is pretty cool. Yeah. So I guess we just move on to the next style. Oh man, I'm not the best at this. So the next style, as you can see, is modern, which is a style I'm quite nervous about because I'm very inexperienced with modern. I don't build modern houses much. I've built very few of them. So let's get right into it. Well, there it is. I'm actually very happy with how this turned out. I do not usually tackle this style of building, and honestly, I expected it to look worse. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a very impressive modern house. Like you could probably outbuild me, chances are, because this modern house is just not that good. Yeah, you can tell I'm not really a modern builder. If you saw in the time lapse, I was really struggling with the shape, but overall I'm really happy with how this turned out. Yeah, the whole point is supposed to look like kind of like a wealthy person lives here. And yeah, and you can see I've even built driveway. I got a little bit carried away with the fancy grass. And yeah, I think the overall structure is really good. Of course, you can tell it kind of looks a bit uglier because I didn't show the inside. I just did black right there. I did that on that one as well. Do I think it's better than that one? No. I am not a modern house builder, so it's not going to look amazing. But yeah, anyways, it's time to move on to the next one, which is medieval. So let's get right into it. So, I may or may not have just, when I left the world, I accidentally deleted the replay footage. So yeah, I'm sorry, so you're not going to be able to see the replay. Anyways, you can just see my reaction to it now. Okay, so here, the medieval house is complete. And honestly, I'm really disappointed in this one. Like, this is just not a good looking house. And you know, the main reason why is because I built it at a very small scale to where you couldn't actually put anything inside of this because this. So yeah, but you can see the basic I mean, you can still tell it's a medieval house. It's like part of like a castle, I'd say, because you have the tower and then you have like a house attached to it. I actually am a fan of this cinnabar roof. I really enjoyed that. But overall, yeah, I'm not very happy with it. And actually, I'm gonna real quick I was gonna do this, but I forgot to do it. We're just gonna add some plant life around this. It'll hopefully look a bit better. Yeah, so far this is my least favorite of these houses I've built, and the rustic one's my favorite. And believe it or not, modern I'm very experienced with. And like, this just didn't turn out well, so I do have a few dookie ones every once in a while. Like, it isn't a bad house, it's just not very, I don't know. I'm just not happy with the house. I know some of y'all would be very happy if you built a house and it looked that good, but I don't know. For me, just something about it looks off. So let's move on to the next style, which is Japanese. So here is the Japanese house complete. And I know this is probably offensive to some people because this is very, very stereotypical Japanese. But, you know, that's like the essence of capturing Japanese. You know, like, people do it all the time. I even placed a bell, which I think was a nice touch. And I'm actually pretty happy with how this has turned out. This was a major learning process because I really don't build Japanese like at all. Like, I built it like one time, I want to say, and like it turned out alright. So yeah, this was a learning process. The roofs I really struggled with, but I think the shape I'm really happy with. And I'm gonna say I did try and do a Japanese house not very long ago, like a year ago, and my building skills have just gotten so much better since a year ago. So it just looks a lot better, and I'm really happy with how this has turned out. So my biggest advice to people is, if you want to try a style, try it, because this, I was scared to try this. It doesn't look half bad in the modern house, which also I'm new to, doesn't look half bad. Of course, there are people who can build this way better than me. In fact, I'm like above average at building, but like I'm not anything special, okay? So yeah, let's move on to the next style, which I forgot what it was. It was suburban. Well, here is the suburban house complete. I think it looks alright, although there's many ways that I could think to improve this house. Many things I could do differently. A lot of people do not think you can texture or gradient suburban houses anyway. But I disagree. It's not a modern house. It's like this is probably what most people watching live in. Me personally, I live in a mix of a rustic and a suburban house, but I'd say it's mostly suburban. Yeah. So, and then you see, this part is the part that I probably am upset with the most. I don't know why I did that. I just kind of did it, and I was too lazy to fix it. So, yeah. But it's time to get to the 6th house, which is steampunk, which I built steampunk one time. But the one time I built steampunk, it actually looked really good. I was really happy with it. So, let's do it again. 3, 2, 1, go. So here it is. The steampunk house is complete. This is the steampunk house. I'm pretty happy with it. This clock, I'm not very happy with it. I mean, I tried to put in the clock, but it just like, yeah. It makes it look more steampunky. And overall, I'm still very happy with how this house turned out. I actually really like the steampunk style. I'd like to build in it more. But this is literally like my second time ever building in this style, so of course there's much room for improvement. Anyways, it's time to move on to the next style. The next style is the only style here that I have never even attempted to build in, and that's why I'm the most nervous for it. Cyberpunk. Now, I don't even know really what a cyberpunk house building looks like. We're gonna figure it out, so let's get right into it. Okay, so here it is. This is my first ever attempt at a cyberpunk build, meaning of course it took me longer because I don't really know how to build cyberpunk. Right here you can tell it's kind of undetailed, but I didn't know what to do here, so I kind of just left it like that. And you know, honestly, from any other angle it looks cool. I put a big fat thing that said Skulk at a very small scale. I thought the cake looked kind of funny, and I found that funny, so ironically I kept the K because it looked funny. So, yeah. Actually, technically, could I... Does that look better? I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it does. But yeah, that doesn't look very good over there, but I kind of find it funny, so yeah. My first ever attempt at a cyberpunk build, and you know what? I'm pretty happy with it. Like, sure, there's a lot of things that would just... It could definitely be better, but for a first attempt, this is honestly, like, amazing. Like, most people cannot build this good in their first attempt in a style, so I'm really happy with how this turned out. Yeah. But we only have 2 more themes to build next, and the next one is Gothic. Now, Gothic I did try to build in one time. Wasn't on camera or anything. It was like a really long time ago. And that's why I'm nervous for it, because I did terrible that time. It looked ugly. So hopefully it don't look ugly this time. So let's get right into it. Well, here it is. The Gothic house is complete, and you know what? I'm actually pretty happy with this. I'm not the happiest in the world. Like, there are many things that just don't look that good on this house. And if I were to rebuild it, I'd make it look like a whole lot more Gothic. I actually think the leaves make it look better. That made it look like a lot better. It just was missing something. I think that's what it was. Overall, though, this might be my least favorite house so far. I don't know, the medieval house I also didn't really like. Like, let me go over here. I don't know, the medieval house I didn't like because the scale was too small that I made it on. I just don't think the block palette is that appealing apart from the roof. I really like the cinder bars of the roof. Oh, an amazing looking house. Like, I can't say this isn't above average because I feel like most people probably couldn't build to this level. I don't know, though. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to the 9th and final theme. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of things. Fantasy. Skulk fantasy. So I'll make fantasy. And I have a little bit of a surprise for what I am building for the fantasy. So there we go. There's the final house. I built the Skulk Fantasy house right here. The actual Skulk Fantasy house. I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. And if you can't tell, this video has taken multiple days just to record. Usually my videos I record all in like 1 or 2 days. But no, this one took a lot longer. And dude, oh my gosh, I'm just tired. I'm tired of building a little bit because when you build this much, you get really tired. So I'm glad to be finally done. And of course, I mean, the path would have looked more interesting. It's just I don't have any terrain because I'm too lazy. So, yeah. And overall, I mean, I'm decently happy with the house. Yeah. Yeah. So there it is. Let me. Day. Let me. Okay. So this is what all of them look like together. Rustic, modern, medieval, Japanese, suburban, steampunk, cyberpunk, gothic, and fantasy. Man, I need to go take a nap.